Welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining us. I have Blake Rizzo, attorney, charity affairs advisor, TourdeCrypto, on the show with me today. Blake, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I really appreciate you having me on today.
My pleasure. All right, give our audience some idea about yourself and how you got into crypto and why.
Sure. I'm a lawyer by trade, been practicing for about 22 years doing commercial litigation work. Last year, some friends of mine started a Telegram group to talk about crypto in general. And I joined them and sort of got my feet wet, started learning some, reading a bunch about it. And it wasn't until November of last year that I actually bought my first Bitcoin and started playing around then. And along came December, and I thought I was a genius. Then after that, 2018 hit, the market kind of slowed down quite a bit. And Jason Berlin, the founder of the TourdeCrypto, asked me to join him and help him with that mission.
Tell me about that. I want to hear more about the TourdeCrypto, educating charities, and so on.
Sure. Jason had always had a personal goal to ride his bike across the United States. And he decided that he wanted to join the crypto community on the adventure and teach charitable organizations on how they may be able to use and take the benefits associated with cryptocurrency. And so he decided that he wanted to ride his bike across the United States, visit different charitable organizations, and try to raise cryptocurrency for charity. And originally, he approached a number of national charities and they just weren't interested. They didn't have the time to deal with it, didn't really, they understood and heard about crypto, but, they really weren't interested in getting involved. So he approached me and I mentioned to him that we should look into HAWK, which is the Houston Area Women's Center. And he took a look at HAWK, vetted them, and found very quickly on Charity Navigator that they have just huge, substantially high ratings for transparency and whatnot. And so we went and met with their executives, and they were super excited. They felt like this was something that was on the leading edge that could be very beneficial to them. And so they were really stoked about getting on board. And it just sort of took off from there. And what we've done since then is I've been educating HAWK on how it all works. I mean, they had heard of Bitcoin, but that was about all they knew. And so while I'm manning the front here in Houston and dealing with HAWK and their executives on getting all the wallets set up, Jason started off on the East Coast in New York riding his bike last week, 2 Fridays ago, and he's now in Charlotte, North Carolina today. And what we've done is put together a team of crypto communities and sponsors, and we have about 12 wallets set up at HAWK, so people can come in and donate cryptocurrency directly to HAWK. The tour itself does not receive any of those funds. It all goes directly to HAWK, so they can use that cryptocurrency for their business.
Great, really admirable. Open that up about what the dollars are going to do in the charity themselves.
Sure. HAWK is a charity that is dedicated to ending domestic and sexual violence for all. They have a confidential shelter that they house approximately 2,000 people a year. And it costs them about $2 million a year just to run that facility. They also have a 24/7 hotline where they counsel victims of domestic and sexual abuse, and they offer a ton of support services as well. They depend on $3.5 million a year from the government through grants. And then they also need to try and raise an additional $3.5 million a year through donations. So, $1 million is what we're trying to raise in crypto for HAWK. And so that would just be a tremendous benefit to them to have an extra $1 million. That would basically run their entire shelter for half a year, which is something that's very important to them. But most charitable organizations, if they receive crypto, they will immediately convert it to fiat.
Right.
And what we're trying to do with Hawk is to implement policies and procedures wherein they may convert some, they may hold some, and then they may also use some, like on Overstock.com, if Overstock has the supplies that they may need to run their shelters.
Admirable, very admirable. How do people get involved?
Well, we're all over social media, TourdeCrypto.com, and the Hawk website is hawc.org. You can go onto either of our websites and on Twitter and contact me directly. I'm at Blake Rizzo 24, the number 24 on Twitter. Any community that wants to get involved just needs to get in contact with me. Anyone that wants to donate, they can go to our site or they can go to the Hawk website. Hawk has their own page for the TourdeCrypto under the Support Us. There's a TourdeCrypto tab. You can click on that. And we have all the participating coins and all of the wallet addresses if anyone wants to donate to Hawk.
Great.
And then, another way people can get involved is we have about 16 different stops that we're making along the way. And some of the stops are sponsored by different cryptocurrency or blockchain companies. So you can participate that way. We also have merchandise available, bitninjasupply.com. They have T-shirts and hoodies, caps, other merchandise, and they are actually donating 100% of the profits to Hawk directly. So that's a huge help. And two other ways they can help us is HODL Fuel, HODL Fuel.com, which is crypto coffee, if you will. They're donating their proceeds throughout the tour to Hawk. And one of our sponsors, World CryptoCon, is donating 5% of their ticket sales to Hawk. And we have a special link to World CryptoCon tickets on our website where if you actually buy your tickets through us, not only can you save $300, but they will also then send an extra $100 to the tour. So it's we have a lot of ways people can get involved.
Brilliant. Blake, thanks for being a guest on the show.
All right. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. You've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.